Welcome to the class starter. We're going to start in a couple of minutes.
Okay, so no problem.
What are you busy with at the moment?
Like on math, right?
Pardon?
On math, right?
Math, yes.
Yeah, I just started Oh, let me just confirm with you. I just started the exponential function.
Exponential functions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Were you just waiting? Maybe Bianca is going to join us today.
Okay, sir.
So we'll start at 12, which is in like a minute and a half.
Yes, sir.
How did your marks go?
I haven't seen my report, but
Not
for math and for
maths. How did you do?
like on my test, right?
Yes.
Not well, and physics not well, sir.
Not well.
Both of them I need to pick up my marks.
Okay,
Yes.
what is a good mark for you? Would you say?
A good mark for me.
Yes.
For me personally, 65.
Okay. And you've got now under 60.
Yes, sir.
All right. One minute, then we start.
Yes, sir.
So is functions part of your term 2 work?
Exam. Yes, sir.
What else?
I also have trigonometry.
Okay. So it's trigonometry functions.
Yes, sir.
What else?
That's all.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
And you've started with functions, not trig.
Yes, I've started functions.
Okay. Good. Have you done parabola?
Yes, sir.
And we've spoken about that. We've spoken about that.
Yes, sir. We spoke about it.
You have no questions on parabolas.
Nope. No hyperbola. No exponential function.
No questions on exponential functions.
No. I'm doing pretty well. All my exercises, I'm getting everything correct.
Oh, that's
all my
really good, yeah.
exercises, I'm getting everything. Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's just do one parabola. Just want to do one parabola.
Yes.
I just want to check something. If I have an example of this, okay. I'm gonna just give me a second so I can. My internet apparently is unstable. So if you
Okay,
can't
sir.
hear me, then just tell me. Look, I have problems hearing you.
Yes, sir.
I want to do this one. Okay, this is going to work. This is something that is important in functions or parabolas, in all functions, but especially parabola. So let's just do parabola. Okay, so you've done a lot of these questions. I'm just going to add one of these, something to it. There's a little drawing. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Then they tell you that, let's get that equation. We've got all those coordinates. So you've got C as -12 and 0. And
Yes,
you have A there as 0 and -24. So those are huge values.
Yes, sir.
Quickly draw that or copy that.
Okay. Let me just draw it quickly.
I just want to test something. Is your screen going black now?
Yes, sir.
don't know. I'm trying to fix that setting on Zoom. I can't fix it.
Okay, let me just write down.
There's one more thing that we have to add. You have to add the equation of the straight line. It is y equals x plus 2.
Y equals to x plus 2. Therefore, the gradient is 1, right?
Yeah, gradient's 1. Okay. Would we be able to... Okay, this is the equation of the parabola.
Yes.
Okay, that's the equation. So they're giving you both equations. Now, what they want you to do coordinates of B and D. So
Right.
what is B's coordinates?
14.
And
sorry.
and D.
Sorry.
What would those two coordinates be? How would you get the coordinates of B and D?
Well, sir, when like you see when the parabola, whoa. Let me just do some.
What happens at B and D? The two lines intersect. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how do we get the points of intersection? You basically take the two equations and make them equal.
Okay.
Because that's where they are equal. The y values in both of those equations and the x values are equal. So you can just say, I'm going to take the straight line, which is x plus 2, and I'm going to make that equal to negative x squared minus 14x minus 24. I'm going to set those two equations equal. Can you see what I've done? I've made the straight line equal to the parabola. Now I'm going to take the whole equation to the left. X squared minus 14 becomes plus 14 plus 1. That is 15x.
15, yes.
And then we have 26.
Plus 26, yes, sir. Equals
Okay, then
0.
we factorize that. That is x factors of 26. That gives 15. 13 and 2.
Oh, yes, sir.
Plus. So x is negative 13 or negative
x.
2.
Oh.
Okay,
yes, sir.
So that becomes now pretty obvious that B is the one that's negative 2 and 0.
Yes, sir.
And D has an x value of negative 13, but the y value we don't know yet. I can take that x value at D of negative 13, and I can substitute it in any one of those two graphs. It will give me the y value. So I'm going to substitute an x value of negative 13 into the straight line. It looks the easiest one. Y is therefore negative 13, which is x plus 2, and that is negative 11.
Negative 11. Yes.
Okay, good. That you can do.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, would we be comfortable with that? Yes.
Could you please like do another one just to...
Okay, we can do another one, but I just want to...
Can I finish? Yes, sir. Can I just finish writing like the note?
You can write it down. You can also do snippet screenshot. Depends on what is the best for you. If you want to write it down, because you've done the drawing already, then I would suggest you write the sum down and you snip screenshot it.
Yes, sir.
You make a folder on your computer that says maths, and you put all the snip screens in there. You can actually tell the snip screen or the snippet screen to save it to that folder automatically.
Oh.
And then you make another folder for science, and you do all your all your screenshots you put in there. So otherwise it gets lost. So you'll have to take some time to sort it out.
Yes, sir. Plus negative 13. Yes, so we can proceed.
Good. Okay, but I don't want to do this. This is one of the things I wanted to do. So we're going to just delete this for now. Okay, then there's something else. They can ask you the following. What is the length of EF?
Okay, then well, first I bet the midpoint of D and B is F, right? So what I'm gonna do is find
How
the
do you know the
midpoint.
midpoint of D and E is F?
How do I know?
The midpoint of B and C is F, the X value.
Oh yes, sir.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna try find like the midpoint of F, right, sir?
Okay. But you agree that the midpoint, the X value at E and the X value at F is the same?
Is the
That
same
X value.
as.
Okay, I'll show you what to do. I know what you're doing. You want to get the midpoint between -2 and -12. Correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Which is like -7. But there's a specific way of writing it. You're going to do as follow. You're going to say the turning point X value, that's the X value at E or F, that's the middle point, equals -B over 2A. The X value,
Fine.
that midpoint is -B over 2A. I can take the parabola equation and do -14. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Over 2 times the A value, which is -1. And that will give me -7. Right.
Yes, sir.
You could have done this. You could have done this. -12 minus -2 over 2. That's the midpoint. That would also, no, sorry. Sorry, that's not, you add the 2. So it's -12, -2 over 2, and that will give you -7. But that's not a real method. That's
Yes,
just
sir.
that's just getting the average. This is the correct mathematical method of doing it.
So, sir, did you just find the turning point or the length?
No, I've got the turning point only.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now there's various ways of doing it. What you need to do, the best way, is to say, I can get an equation for the length. The equation of the length is the difference between the top graph or the graph on top minus the graph at the bottom. That's one method of doing it. The other method is just to say, look, I'm going to substitute -7 into the parabola, and then I get the y value there. And I'm going to substitute -7 into the straight line, I get the y value there. And the difference between the top y value and the bottom y value is the length. So if I had a 15 there and a -5 at the bottom, the length would have been 20 units. Could you see that?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, that you can do that. But the best way to do is the following, to say, I'm going to say y equals, or length equals, you can do distance if you want to, length equals the top graph, which is the parabola in this case, minus 14x minus 24, there's the equation, minus, in brackets, the equation of the bottom one, x plus 2. So I'm taking the top y value, minusing the bottom y value. Then I have -x squared, -15x, -26. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So that is a formula to get any length. I just need to say, at what x value do I want that length? And I want the length where x, so Lx, the length where x is -7. Is that correct? You
Yes,
could have
sir.
made this y. You don't have to use L. You can just say y. Y equals, now I want the length, the specific length where x is -7.
Yes, sir.
Right, let's do that. That is -49. That's 30 units. That's the length. Okay, that's important.
Yes, sir.
I want you to write that down. That's just to get a length at EF. Now, the next sum we're going to do is a bit harder.
Yes, sir.
Also has to do it. But just first dot this down, get this done.
I'm done writing it down.
Okay, wow, great. Okay, now the next question is, I'm going to take out this, I'm just going to take out the question. I want to know, I'm going to write it in red. What is the maximum length of EF? Now, if it was just a parabola on an axis, just going to redraw that. If it was just a normal parabola on an axis, the maximum length would have been there on the turning point. You agree? That's the maximum length.
Yes, sir.
Anything to the left will go smaller or to the right will go smaller. But I have that parabola on a straight line. So the maximum length might be just slightly to the left of that turning point. Can you see the graph has got a gradient. The graph is not flat. So to get the maximum length, I still do exactly the same. I still get the difference between the two graphs. This gives me an equation. This gives me equation for any length. We just used it in the previous sum to get the length at an x value of -7.
Yes, sir.
But now we have to find out where is the maximum length. Now you can either use calculus, which you've not done, or you can say, okay, fine, this is the equation to get any length. This is a new graph actually. And I'm going to do the turning point. You can either complete the square, if you learned how to complete the square.
Yes, I know to complete the
That's a
square.
long method. So I'm just going to do again. The turning point x value is -b over 2a. I'm going to use the turning point. That's just like a cheat way to get minimum maximum values.
Yes, sir.
The turning point is minus 15 over 2 times -1. And that is 15 divided by 2. That is -7,5. This is the x value where the maximum is. Where the max value is. That is the turning point where we find the maximum. And now I'm going to substitute x equals -7,5 into the equation. The equation is y equals minus 7,5 squared minus 15 times -7,5 minus 26. So I'm just going to go back to that thing on my calculator and just substitute 7.5 instead of 7.
Yeah.
And I'll get a value bigger than 30. 30,25. 30,25 units. I can't write there at the bottom of the screen. Units. That's the maximum length. This is important. So just slightly to the left of that turning point, we find the maximum length. That's not between the x-axis and the graph. That's between the straight line and the graph. Okay,
Yes,
then we look at oops. Let's look at exponential graphs. That's what you wanted to do as well. Oh, you still want to do another one of those examples?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do another one of those examples. Let me find one quickly. That's fairly fine. Have you done hyperbola?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I can't find a hyperbola. Can't find it. Only have easy ones. Okay, I'll find one in a second.
So,
because I can't just make up one, because that that will give us problems when we have to factorize and stuff like that.
Sure.
Parabola memo. Can't find one. Okay, we'll make up our own. Oh, there's another one there. Okay, but this is too easy. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it. It's just standard. It's not too easy nor too difficult.
Sure.
Okay, I'll just show you what I'm actually, the type of stuff that I want to actually forward to you, which I'm almost there, but I'm going to actually start forwarding stuff to you like this. When I give you an example of what a small test would look like that I actually want you to start doing.
Yes, sir.
So this is like monkey puzzle stuff. You see there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there we have a parabola.
Yes.
There it goes, green, and there's a straight line. Bang.
Yes, sir.
Okay. First thing I want you to do is get the equation of the parabola.
Of the parabola.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're helping you a bit. They fx equals ax minus p squared plus q. In other words, what they're doing, they're giving you the equation of the parabola in the form of the turning point already.
Yes, sir.
That means you can actually fill in that turning point, isn't it?
Yes.
But it's better to actually do this. Y equals a. I'm going to leave you here. Plus q, to write it like that. Okay. Now, explain to me what to do.
Okay, so the turning point, it is 18, sir.
9.
Because that is,
Okay. So what do I do with the 18?
so you put it into Q because Q represents the turning point on the equation.
Very good. Okay. So it's y equals a. Can I put in x's place what? No,
Negative 1.
X is x. In p's
Okay.
place, I can put negative 1. Correct. Because p is the x value of the turning point. And q.
Oh, because it moved negative 1 to the side, right? Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. So I can do y equals a x plus 1 squared plus 18. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And now I have to find another point on that graph.
There's another point there, which is negative 4, 0.
Negative 4 and 0. And then I just substitute that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we're going to get to the other thing now that you want to do. Okay, so it's minus 4 plus 1 squared plus 18. So I've got negative 18 on this side of the equation, and that is 9a. So minus 2 is a. Therefore, the equation is y equals negative 2 x plus 1 squared plus 18.
Plus 1 squared plus 8.
Okay, now the first question is...
So must I draw the thing?
Pardon? Hello?
Must I draw the thing? Oh,
Yeah, you can draw the thing. The first thing I want you to do, obviously, you need to find the equation of the straight line also. So
yes,
draw
sir.
this and get the equation of the straight line, and then we'll get the coordinates of C. That's the first main question. So my
Yes, sir.
questions are set up. It's not straightforward. The first question is get the coordinate of C. But to get the coordinate of C, you must first get the parabola and the straight line.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you write that, and then you get the equation of the straight line, and then we're going to get the coordinates of C.
Yes, sir. Okay.
I don't know why I gave the answer for the last one. Should not have done that. Okay, cool. Do you have the straight line?
Yes, sir.
Can you help me? How did you get that? That's
The
cool.
straight line.
Yeah,
Or are you asking me if I got like the answer?
yeah.
Okay, it's mx plus c, right? Okay, c.
But C is
C
-1.
is,
They give you that. Can you see that?
oh yes, yes, it is given.
So you just need to find what? You need to find one coordinate on the straight line to substitute it in. Now you can use this. You don't have to do a sum. What you can do, you see the movement from -4 to -1 there. That's 3
Yes, sir.
units. You see that?
Yes, sir.
So it also moved another 3 units to the right. And that means it's
Yes.
2 there. You agree?
Yes, sir.
Yep, you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Come, let's have a look again. The movement from -4 to -1 is 3 units to the right. Then because
Yes.
these are symmetrical, I move another 3 units to the right. So 3 units to the right from -1 gives me 2.
Yes,
So
sir.
I can substitute a coordinate on that straight line. The coordinate is 2 and 0. That can be a 0y value and an m times 2 minus 1. And then 1 over 2 is m. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
So y is half x minus 1. That's the straight line graph equation. Okay, good. You write that down. So we have y equals half x minus 1. And we have the parabola, which is y equals minus 2x plus 1 squared plus 18. Good.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Sir, could you please send like some of the things on the group
Yeah. Okay.
of the questions, please, sir?
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll send you some I'll send you a couple of things, but I don't have your number. I'm sending
You
it.
do,
I don't
sir.
know. The number I've got is probably your teacher's number.
You have my one. You sent me the link in the morning.
Oh, okay. Then you'll get it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I'll do is after this class, I'll send you some stuff to do on parabolas, exponential graphs,
Sir.
and hyperbolas.
And
Multiple choice.
hyperbola.
Yeah. Okay. Now we've done this, so I'm just gonna wipe it. This is like the first question I'm sending you, actually.
Please don't wipe everything, sir. I'm still finishing writing this thing, yes, sir.
Okay.
X plus 4 0 0 equals to A. It is not that. 9x. Therefore, y equals to -2x plus 1 squared plus 18. So you can rub that part out.
The red.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Now, this is the first question. So you're going to get a good idea of what my questions are like. So you had to do all the normal stuff. In an exam, they'll ask you, okay, what is the equation of the parabola? Next question, what's the equation of the straight line? Next question, this. So I'm assuming that you can do all of those
Yes,
things.
sir.
So the first question is, what is the coordinates of C? Okay. How do we get C? Well, at C, the two graphs intersect. Can you see that? Is my drawing a bit small?
It's fine, so I can see clearly.
Okay, so at C, what happens at C? The two graphs intersect. So I'm going to
Yes, sir.
take both equations. I'm going to take the half x minus 1 and make it equal to the -2x plus 1 squared plus 1. Those are making the two graphs equal.
Yes,
So
sir.
I have a half x minus 1 and this is
Sir,
minus 2. Yes?
are we trying to find C, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Right. You write that down. and you find
Yes,
the 2 points of intersection. One of your answers must be 2, because I've already worked out that the 1 point of intersection has an x value of 2. We've done that already. So I'm guessing C is negative
sir.
5 or negative 6 or something like that. But you need to multiply that out and solve the quadratic equation.
Yes. So, sir,
Yes.
aren't you supposed to like take like everything to like one side?
Yeah. It's quadratic equation. That's the best to do. And then I'm just going to do a half plus 4 on my calculator, which is 9 over 2.
Yes, sir.
Very good. And then I have negative 2 equals 0. Oh, that's wrong. Is it wrong? No, it's right. It's right. No, it's wrong.
Sir, how is it wrong?
Look, I have negative 1 here. And on this side of the equation, I have negative 2 plus 1, which is also negative 1. So they will cancel.
Oh, therefore it's 0, yes.
Yes. But that doesn't look right. Maybe we've done a small calculation mistake. I'm just going to check. It looks right. That becomes 1. Okay, it's 0. And then I'm going to what? I'm going to factorize out what? 2x or something.
Yes, sir. You're gonna take out x from
Okay,
what?
just x. X is fine. We don't need to take out 2x, just x. Then I have 2x plus 9 over 2.
X plus. Yes, sir.
Okay, therefore x is 0.
Therefore, like
Wrong.
Yes, sir.
That's wrong. We made a calculation mistake somewhere, which I don't find. Oh, this is our calculation mistake. Not a calculation. My, look what I've done here. I've got a 1 there. It's 18. I probably wrote it, but the pen never wrote the 8. Okay, let's start again. That's bad.
2 plus 18 is 16. 16, the side negative 17, sir.
Okay, so I have 2x squared this side. I have negative plus 9 over 2x. And then I have 18 minus 2, which is 16.
It's negative 17, sir.
I take negative 17 this side.
Yes, sir.
Is 0. Okay, now I'm going to multiply with 2. Or just use the equation. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm hoping this is correct. This doesn't look right. 9x minus 34 is 0.
Yes.
Okay, I have a cool calculator that I can cheat with to get the factors, but you can't. You have to work it out. Do you know?
Yes,
I can test. I've got a nice calculator which I can actually type in the equation. I just have type in 4, 9, and negative 34. It gives me the roots. The roots are 2 and negative. Okay, so this is my answer. My calculator is giving me this. 4x plus 17 is 0.
2 4x plus 17 equals 0.
Yeah. But if you couldn't do this, you had to go this route. X equals minus b plus minus the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Then you would have gotten x as 2 or minus 17 over 4.
Minus 17 over 4, right?
So x is 2 or minus 17 over 4. I know that's right. Why? Because I already have that 2 as a value where they're equal. So the coordinate of C will have an x coordinate of negative 17 over 4, and I don't know the y yet.
Negative b plus minus.
How are you going to get the y value?
So can I just write this down?
Yes.
Therefore, x is equal to 2 or negative 17 over 4. Okay, so
Yes.
you
Okay, in
say
other words, what I'm saying here is or. Or means you either factorized or you did the equation. Is that correct?
yes, yes, sir.
So now I'm going to take the straight line because it looks easy to use. And I'm going to say the y value is therefore a half times that x value minus 1. And I'm just going to do that in the calculator. Yeah, you exactly know what we're doing now.
Yes, sir. So you wrote 2 instead of 4 on the thing.
Yeah. I'm asleep now today. And that is negative 25 over 8.
No. 17, 4, 1. Therefore,
Check
y
if I'm right.
equals 28. Okay, let me just check for you. Minus 1. Yes, you're right, sir.
Okay, so that's, I've got the coordinate of C. I'm going to zoom in and then zoom out again. So it's negative 17 over 4 and negative 25 over 8. Then I go and try and find it there. So there's the correct answer. And I mark C as the right answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and okay, there we go. Okay, tell me when I can actually delete this.
Yeah, you can, sir.
Now what I'm going to do this time, not delete. I'm just going to make it very small.
Yes, sir.
So now I can zoom this in. Okay, next question. I want to know what is the maximum length of DE.
Of D. Yes, sir.
Right, let's talk about method. How can I get the maximum length or any length? The method is I take the top graph minus the bottom one. So the top graph has the equation of, so I make y equals negative 2. We haven't multiplied that out yet, have we? No,
Sir.
we have actually. And I minus the bottom graph, which is half x minus 1. So then I get a new equation. So you're going to do that calculation first. Take the top graph equation, multiply
Yes,
it
sir.
out, and subtract the bottom one. Then you get a new equation. That new equation is how to get any length between graphs.
Yes, sir.
We haven't done any. Exponential graphs, eh? It's fine.
Yes.
I'm happy that you're going on with your own. I'm just going to test you by sending you stuff to do.
Yes, sir. R80, man. Okay.
When you're finished, then I'll do it.
Yes, sir. Minus 2 plus 18, therefore it's positive 16. Plus 1, therefore I get minus 2x. Okay. 2x plus 7. So my new equation
Yeah,
is gonna be y equals to negative 2x squared minus 9 over 2x plus 17.
that's correct. Very good. Okay, what is this?
It's a
That's
quadratic equation.
yeah, it's an equation to get any difference between the graphs or any length between the graphs.
Yes, sir.
I want a specific length. If they told me get the length where x is -2 or -1, I could just have substituted -1 or -2 in there. But I need to find a specific x value where we find the negative or the positive, the max or the min. So I'm going to take this equation and say I'm going to do the turning point's x value. So that's negative b over 2a. So I'm taking that graph and getting that max, the x value. So that's
Yes, sir.
negative 9 over 2 divided by 2a. Now this is, you must be very careful how you put this in your calculator. Otherwise your calculator just freaks out on the fractions. So on
Yes,
top
sir.
I have 9 over 2 and at the bottom I have -4. And that value is going to be negative 9 over 8.
And
See if you can get that. That's the x value where we have the negative. So there is brackets on top. So I have to do a bracket on top and then 9 over 2 in the bracket. Otherwise, the
yes, sir.
calculator gets confused by which is the division bracket.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm just going to substitute an x value of negative 9 over 8 into that equation. Y equals -2, and then negative 9 over 8 squared minus 9 over 2, negative 9 over 8 plus 17. So that's a huge substitution.
Yes, sir.
I think they need to get
Square.
a copy and paste system going for this calculator where you can just copy a value and paste it in the whole time.
Yes, sir. Um,
Yes. I get a funny answer. 625 over 32, which is actually 19.53.
how much do you get? 19.
I get 625 over 32.
Oh, let me just try and
Do you have a
do it.
calculator that gives fractions as an answer?
Yeah.
You have a Casio
Yes, sir, but
99.
no, I have a Casio FX minus 82ZA plus.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it gives a fraction answer. It's good.
Yes, sir.
Keep it as a fraction if you can.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
get 625 over 32?
625
25 over 32.
over 32. Let me just check. Let's see. 8 plus 7. No, sir. Maybe I'm not substituting the value correctly.
Okay, just check again.
Um, 600. Well, I get 808 and 845 divided by 64,
Okay, there's a
which is
mistake. Okay, then I go to the values here. And then,
sir, I think I made a mistake. I think I made a mistake. Okay. What? Yes, I get. Now my answer is 301 over 32.
you made a mistake. Okay, type in the following, your calculator.
Yes,
Negative
sir.
2, bracket, and then you
Yes, sir.
press a fraction sign. You go negative 9 over 8, you close the bracket and you square it. Then negative
Yes, sir.
9 over 2, then negative 9 over 8, close the bracket, plus 17. I think I
Um,
confident my answer is correct because I get one of the answers in the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the answer.
Okay, cool. So now go and find it. There it is. It's A. I mark A. If I didn't get any of the answers, I mark E as none.
Oh. Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. So now we've done some stuff that you weren't too good at, which is important for the syllabus. Okay, we have
Yes, sir.
15 minutes left. I'm just going to speak about exponential graphs.
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to draw 3 graphs here. Exponential graph can either look something like this. This is your like standard graph. So you have, let me just move this down. Why not moving? Mr. Graph. It doesn't want to move. Let's try again. Yes, there it goes. Okay, your exponential graph is y equals ab to the power of x, or
Yes, sir.
y equals ab to the power of x plus q, or y equals ab to the power of x minus p plus q.
Yes, sir.
But it's mostly the one in the middle. So I'm looking at the value, in this case it's b. I'm looking at the value underneath the exponential x. If that value, in other words, it can be an a or a b, any unknown. If that value is a whole number, so if b is larger than 1, the graph would look like this one here.
Yes, sir.
It's called, it rises in value. If b is smaller than 0 or larger than 0 or smaller than 1, in fraction, in other words, your graph will look like this. It will slope down.
Yes, sir.
You know that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Right. So I'm gonna draw a graph. We're gonna draw a graph together. 2 times a third to the power of x minus 1. So there's my system of axes, x and y. I have an asymptote through the y-axis of y equaling -1. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And then I'm going to make my x value 0 to get the y-intercept. A third to the power of 0 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2 minus 1 is 1. So the y-intercept is 1, or 0 and 1. And then
Yes,
I'm
sir.
looking at that value there. That's a fraction. So the graph is going to go down. But it's easier to just draw it like this. It floats down. And then you have to make one coordinate on the graph. So if it moves down, then I'm just going to take a negative x value. And a -1 is a very easy x value to use, because I can just substitute it with my calculator and I get 5.
Sir.
Okay, so that's drawing a graph. That's fairly easy, isn't it?
Sir.
Let me get you one example from the test that's exponential graph. Revision graphs, hyperbola, exponential equations. No, it's not that. I don't have a lot of English stuff here that financial math, transformation, functions, exponents. I don't have a test just on exponential graphs, I think. I only have hyperbola and exponential together.
Yes, sir.
Just want to make 100% sure. No, where are they? No, not here. Okay, so I need to find something not in a test, but just in a normal data. Can't just work out something for you. I can actually. Right. There we have a graph.
Yes, sir.
y equals -2. And then it's sloping like this.
Yes, sir.
I have a y-intercept of -1. Okay, now I have to manufacture that graph for you. Give me a second, I'll be able to do it. Let's say 3. Make x0. No, no. Sorry, it's not going to work. 2 and 25. Okay, here we go. 2 and 25. There's the coordinate called P, and there's the y-intercept. Now, I'm giving you this. Fx equals a times b to the power of x plus q. And I want you to get those values, or I want you to basically get the equation of the exponential graph. Could you do
So fx equals to a
that? Times b to the power of x plus q.
Yes, sir.
Right, what is q?
Q is -1.
It's -2. Q is
Oh, sorry, sorry, sir.
to the y-axis.
Yes, sir. Because it's the asymptote.
Asymptote. So
Yes,
y
sir.
equals a times b to the power of x minus 2.
Yes, sir.
And now it's very important. There's two coordinates. The one is 2 and 25, and the other one is 0 and -1. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
It's very important which one you substitute first. If you substitute the wrong one, you'll find that you have two unknowns in your equation left.
Yes,
So
sir.
I want you to try and choose which one you're going to substitute first. Do you know which one is the correct one to substitute?
The correct one to substitute the smaller one.
No, it's not really the smaller one. You substitute the coordinate of the y-intercept if you've got it.
Of the y. Okay, yes, sir.
It's not the smaller one, really. It's the one that goes through the y-intercept. Look what happens if I substitute the p one, 2 and 25. It's not wrong. It just makes it sound very difficult. Now I have a b to the power of 2 minus 2. Is that correct? I put in the y value and I put in the x value, but that doesn't solve anything for me because I still have ab left in the equation.
Yes, sir.
Look what happens if you substitute the other one. If I substitute this 0 and -1, then I have -1 equals a times b to the power of 0 minus 2. I throw the -2 over, it becomes 1.
Okay. 1 equals to AB because AB is equal to 1. Because anything
wrong.
to the exponent.
Something's wrong. -1. I just want to check something. It was 3x minus 2. And I had a 2 there. Just want to check something. 2. I have a small problem here. That 25 is wrong. I don't know how I got 25 there. Just want to... That 25 is wrong. That should not have been 25.
Yes, sir.
Should be 3 and 22.
3 and 22.
Yeah, I don't know how I got that. We can still use that, I think. Let's just continue with this coordinate. I think it's going to work anyway. So you're happy with this?
Yes, sir.
Throw the 2 over, it becomes 1. And then I have a and b to the power of 0 is just 1. So I have the a value of 1. You see that?
Yes, sir.
That's what happens when you put the coordinate on the y-axis and one of the unknowns just disappear. So now my equation is y equals 1b to the power of x minus 2. You see that? Because a is just 1.
Yes, sir.
Now I can substitute the other value in, which is going to be a real problem for me. 2 and 25. And that will be 25 equals b. Now it's working. B to the power of 2 plus 2. Minus 2. (27) is b squared. 9 is B. I don't have to do plus minus 9
Yes, sir.
because it's not a negative graph. I can see it's going, a negative graph will flip over to the other side. You are aware of that.
Oh, sir. But the thing, the root of 27 is not
It's
9.
not 9.
Yes.
Okay, it didn't work. It's root 27. B is root 27. That's what makes it ugly, because I made a mistake there. It should have been a 22. Okay, but doesn't matter. Y is root 27 to the power of x minus 2. That's the equation of the graph.
So we can use either of these equations, right, that you gave.
Let's just fix it to what I wanted it to be. And then
Yeah.
then you can actually, after that, you can dot it down. Or so I'll just get that proper value now. That didn't work very well, that one. I don't know how I got it. Two. I'm just going to make sure this time. Oh, there's the mistake I made. Yeah, that's a mistake. Okay, let's get a new one.
Okay, sir.
I'm going to get a brand new equation. Okay, this one's going to work. Let's say put 2 in. Come on. There we go. That is
I draw this one also.
25 and 2. No, this says exactly the same. This one is 2 and 25. 2 and 25. And I don't know why it's not working now. 0 and 1. Okay, this is the problem. This is the problem. This was the real problem, actually. I'm just going to redraw that graph. 2 and 25 is working, and I want to take this out of the equation. I don't know why I did it there. So there's the graph. I'm going to do it in red.
I can draw this one, right?
Yeah, this one you can draw. This is 0 and 1. And that coordinate there is 2 and 25. And that's P or R or whatever. So now you can do exactly the same. And this was y equals negative, no, y equals negative 2. There we go. So test it again. 2, 25. Okay, so you're with me that Q is negative 2.
Yes, sir.
So the graph looks like this. Y equals A times B to the power of X minus 2. I'm putting the coordinate on the y-axis in first, 0 and 1. So the y value is 1, and the x value is 0 minus 2. Then I get 3 equals A, because B disappeared. So therefore, the equation is y equals 3 times b to the power of x minus 2. Because I got the A value, and I've got Q all along. And then I can put the other coordinate in, 2 and 25. 25 equals 3b squared minus 2. So now I have 27 is 3b squared. 9 is b squared. Therefore, b is also 3. It won't be negative 3. The a value can be negative, but the one under the exponent can't be negative.
Yes,
So my equation is 3 times 3 to the power of x minus 2.
3 equals b. Yes, sir.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you stuff to do, and then you can always ask questions when I see you again.
Yes, sir.
You'll get the memo from me. I'll show you how to get the memo on the internet next week.
Yes, sir.
Good. Because I'm going to start dishing out work so that you have questions.
Yes, sir.
Good. I'll see you again next week, or for next week, Wednesday, I think. I'm not sure.
Yes, it's Wednesday.
Okay, cool. Keep well.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Yeah. You see, sir.